Fasten your seatbelts and get ready to embark on a journey into a dystopian and futuristic world, where technology and society merge in a captivating and action-packed cyberpunk setting. Welcome to the Highlighted Pages channel, and in today's video, we will showcase the best cyberpunk manga and comic book stories ever created. We will explore works that have captivated fans around the world, garnered awards, and influenced popular culture. Get ready for an exhilarating list of manga and comic books that offer a unique blend of science fiction elements, action, suspense, and social reflections. Let's dive in. The cyberpunk genre has been capturing the hearts and minds of fans worldwide with its captivating plots, complex characters, and fascinating visions of a dystopian and technologically advanced future. Originating from the 1980s, it has been an endless source of inspiration for manga and comic book creators around the globe. Its intricate plots filled with science fiction elements have the power to capture readers' imaginations and offer unique insights into what the future may hold. If you are passionate about science fiction and advanced technology, then get ready to make your wish list and discover the best cyberpunk manga and comic book stories right now. Hard-Boiled by Frank Miller. Let's start with this comic book classic, created by renowned writer and artist Frank Miller. Yes, the same Frank Miller who brought us Batman, Daredevil, Elektra, 300, Sin City, Wolverine, and the list goes on. In collaboration with artist Geoff Darrow, Hard-Boiled was published by Dark Horse Comics in 1990 and is known for its frenetic storytelling, detailed illustrations, and the dystopian vision of the future. The story takes place in a futuristic world where robots and humans coexist in an unequal and violent society. The protagonist is Carl Seltz, a mild-mannered insurance agent leading an apparently ordinary life, but who soon discovers he has a secret life as a combat robot named Nixon. As Carl/Nixon becomes embroiled in a series of violent and chaotic events, he uncovers shocking secrets about his true identity and the world around him. The story is filled with action, violence, and science fiction elements, featuring intense combat scenes and breathtaking chase sequences. Frank Miller employs his characteristic bold visual narrative style, complemented by Geoff Darrow's detailed illustrations, which depict a gritty futuristic world teeming with advanced technology, but also corruption and decay. Hard-Boiled is considered an iconic work in the cyberpunk genre of comics and is a must-read for fans of action and science fiction stories. Deathlock, The Demolisher by Rich Buckler. Speaking of comic book legends, here's a cyberpunk classic by the late Rich Buckler, a renowned cartoonist and artist known for his work with Marvel and DC Comics. With a script by Doug Moench, Deathlock, The Demolisher was first published in 1974 by Marvel Comics and is considered one of the early works of cyberpunk in comics. The story is set in a dystopian future where society is controlled by powerful corporations and advanced technology is used to manipulate the population. Michael Collins, a pacifist computer scientist, is kidnapped by a company called Roxxon and transformed into a cyborg known as Deathlock. As Deathlock, Collins becomes a remote-controlled lethal weapon for Roxxon to carry out their nefarious agendas. However, Collins fights against the company's control and seeks a way to reclaim his humanity and freedom. As he faces powerful enemies and dangerous conspiracies, Collins strives to uncover the truth behind his transformation into Deathlock and how he can break free from Roxxon's grasp. Decaying urban environments, futuristic violence, conspiracies, and complex characters within a dystopian world, combined with Rich Buckler's dynamic and distinct art style, make Deathlock, The Demolisher a must-read for cyberpunk comic book fans looking for an engaging and impactful story. Shatter by Mike Scenes. Shatter is a cyberpunk comic book created by Mike Scenes and originally published in 1985. It is considered one of the first comics to be digitally created, utilizing computer-assisted art and design techniques. The story takes place in a dystopian future where Shatter, the protagonist, is a cybernetically enhanced private detective hired to investigate a murder involving a high-tech company called Geneta Corp. As Shatter delves deeper into the investigation, he uncovers a conspiracy involving corporate corruption, genetic manipulation, and illegal experiments. The story addresses classic cyberpunk themes such as the fusion of humanity and technology, ethics in genetic manipulation, corporate control, and government surveillance. Additionally, it showcases an innovative digital art style for its time, featuring bold and futuristic visuals, making it a landmark in the cyberpunk genre of comic books. Transmetropolitan by Warren Ellis and Derek Robertson. What can be said about Transmetropolitan? The cyberpunk comic book series, written by Warren Ellis and illustrated by Derek Robertson, was first published in 1997 by Vertigo, an imprint of DC Comics. Transmetropolitan is a dystopian and satirical story that tackles social, political, and technological issues in a completely provocative and innovative manner. The work follows the life of Spider Jerusalem, a cynical and iconoclastic journalist, in a distant future where advanced technology and political corruption run rampant. Spider is known for his chaotic lifestyle, eccentric behavior, and his passion for the truth, even if it means exposing the powerful and facing the dangers of a collapsing society. Throughout the series, Spider faces a series of challenges and investigates various conspiracies, all while struggling to stay true to his journalistic ethics in an increasingly distorted world. Derek Robertson's artwork in Transmetropolitan is detailed, dynamic, and expressive, perfectly complementing Warren Ellis's writing style. The series is known for its visually impactful representation of a dystopian future, featuring unique character designs, stunning settings, dark humor, and a provocative, often unsettling approach. In summary, Transmetropolitan is an innovative, provocative, and socially critical cyberpunk comic book series. With an engaging plot, memorable characters, and a unique and bold approach, it is essential reading for fans of the genre and for those who appreciate comic book stories that push the boundaries of society and technology. Tokyo Ghost by Rick Remender and Sean Murphy, created by American illustrator Sean Gordon Murphy, Matt Hollingsworth, and writer/producer Rick Remender. Tokyo Ghost is an acclaimed cyberpunk comic book series, first published in 2015 by Image Comics. The story revolves around two main characters, Debbie DK and LED Dent, who work as law enforcement agents in Los Angeles, known as Tokyo Ghost due to its heavy reliance on technology. Debbie and LED are hired to investigate a crime that occurred in the virtual world, but quickly find themselves entangled in a dangerous and action-packed conspiracy. The plot becomes more complex when a technology tycoon named Flack begins using virtual reality as a tool to spread his dominion over the population. Debbie and LED find themselves caught up in a web of conspiracy, corruption, and a struggle for freedom in a technology-addicted society. As the story unfolds, readers are prompted to question the impact of technology on society and what it truly means to be human in an increasingly digitized world. Sean Murphy's art style in Tokyo Ghost is striking, with detailed and expressive line work that captures the cyberpunk atmosphere of the story. The action scenes are dynamic and impactful, and the visual representation of virtual reality is unique and captivating. Without a doubt, Tokyo Ghost is a recommended read for fans of the genre and for those interested in comic book stories that explore the impacts of technology on contemporary society. The Invisibles by Grant Morrison. Published by Vertigo in 1994, The Invisibles is a comic book series created by Grant Morrison, known for his bold, subversive, and highly conceptual approach to the cyberpunk genre. The plot of The Invisibles follows a group of rebels called the Invisibles, who fight against a secret and oppressive conspiracy seeking to control humanity. The group consists of individuals with psychic, superhuman, or ordinary abilities who come together in a battle against the forces of government control, technology, and the occult. The members of the Invisibles, led by Dane McGowan, also known as King Mob, embark on a journey filled with adventures across the world, facing supernatural threats, government agencies, and powerful occult entities. The story is full of twists, mysteries, and science fiction elements, with a complex and symbol-laden narrative. One of the standout features of The Invisibles is Grant Morrison's metaphysical and philosophical approach, exploring concepts of reality, perception, magic, and spirituality in a unique and challenging manner. The series defies traditional narrative conventions and presents a distorted view of reality, questioning the social and cultural structures of contemporary society. Additionally, the artwork is often surreal, psychedelic, and filled with intricate details that complement Grant Morrison's complex and dense storytelling. It's definitely worth checking out. No Gun's Life by Asuka Karasuma. Our list of manga begins with this beautiful work by Asuka Karasuma, first published in 2014 and currently spanning over 10 volumes. No Gun's Life. The story takes place in a post-war world where people with cybernetic implants have become the norm. The protagonist, Juzo Inui, is an extended, a human whose body has been modified to include a firearm in his head. He works as a private detective in a city filled with crime and conspiracies. Juzo is hired by a mysterious woman to investigate a criminal organization behind the disappearance of several children. He becomes entangled in a larger plot involving a rebellion of extended who want to be treated as humans rather than disposable weapons of war. Throughout the story, Juzo begins to uncover more about his own past and the mystery behind the technology that turned him into a cyborg. The manga is known for its detailed art style and thrilling narrative, exploring themes such as identity, freedom, technology, and corruption. The series was adapted into a television anime in 2019 and received positive reviews for its faithful adaptation and animation quality. Blame. Tsutomu Nihei. Blame. Written and illustrated by Tsutomu Nihei, is a dystopian cyberpunk manga that skillfully blends action, suspense, horror, and profound questions about the society we live in. Its first publication was in 1997 in the Afternoon magazine, and 20 years later we had its adaptation into an original Netflix film, highly acclaimed for its soundtrack and high-quality visual effects. The story takes place in a distant future where humanity is nearly extinct, and people live in gigantic structures known as megastructures. The protagonist, Kelly, is an explorer who is in search of the net terminal genes, an entity that supposedly has the ability to stop the technological plague threatening human existence. Throughout the story, Kelly ventures through the megastructures in search of information about the net terminal genes, facing many dangers along the way, including killer machines, mutant creatures, and other explorers who seek the same objective as him. Nihei's detailed and stylized art, along with his unique and complex world design, are among the main highlights of the manga. It is definitely worth checking out. Gin'em, Battle Angel Alita, by Yukito Kishiro. Known as Battle Angel Alita in the West, Gin'em is a work written and illustrated by Yukito Kishiro, where the story takes place in a dystopian and post-apocalyptic future, and humanity lives in a floating city called Zalem, while the city of Kuzutetsu, on the surface, is inhabited by the poorest and most disadvantaged. The protagonist, Alita, is a cyborg reactivated without memory by Ito, a cybernetic doctor who finds her discarded body in a heap of garbage in Kuzutetsu. As Alita tries to uncover her true identity and past, she becomes involved in a series of battles and fights for survival, both against other cyborgs and against the oppressive forces of Zalem. It is worth noting the series' Last Order, where the story continues with Alita discovering that her memories were erased by an evil organization called the Teferians. She joins a team of bounty hunters and embarks on her journey to regain her memories and confront her enemies. Throughout the story, Alita faces various challenges and enemies, including other powerful androids, the floating city of Zalem itself, and her own limitations as an artificial being. The manga, which had its first publication in 1990, is known and acclaimed to this day for its intense action, detailed images of fights, and for exploring complex themes such as the nature of identity and the ethics of artificial intelligence. Gin'em was a great success in Japan and abroad, inspiring adaptations into anime, games, and films. Eden, It's an Endless World, by Hiroki Endo, with many similarities to recent events in the current world we live in. Eden is a manga created in 1997 by Hiroki Endo, set in a dystopian future where humanity has been devastated by a virus and a global pandemic. The story follows the journey of Elijah, a young man who was born immune to the virus. as he tries to find his place in a chaotic and dangerous world. Throughout the story, Elijah becomes involved in an international conspiracy involving the Corporation Eden, which is responsible for illegal genetic research and seeks to achieve immortality through experiments on humans. Furthermore, there is a strong social critique present in the work, addressing themes such as the power of large corporations, social inequality, and environmental degradation. Elijah is eventually rescued by a young woman named Danoa, who takes him to the resistance group she is a part of. Together, they try to find a safe haven amidst the chaos, facing powerful enemies and uncovering dark secrets about the world they live in. With a blend of intense action, profound philosophical questions, and complex and captivating characters, Eden, it's an endless world. And its 18 volumes is one of the most acclaimed works in the cyberpunk genre and a must-read for fans of the style. Ghost in the Shell by Masamune Shirow, the great classic of the genre, created by Masamune Shirow and first published in 1989 in Japan. Ghost in the Shell takes place in the near future where technology has advanced to the point where the fusion of humans and machines has become a reality. The story follows Major Motoko Kusanagi, a cyborg agent with an artificial body and a transplanted human brain, which grants her superhuman physical and mental abilities. She leads Section 9, an elite government unit that deals with cybercrime and national security threats. The plot revolves around an investigation that leads Section 9 to pursue the mysterious hacker known as the Puppet Master. As the investigation progresses, the Major begins to question her own humanity and the nature of consciousness in an increasingly technological world. The manga addresses themes such as the ethics of artificial intelligence, privacy and security in the digital age, and the relationship between the individual and society in a world where the line between organic and synthetic is increasingly blurred. It has been and still is one of the main references for authors of the cyberpunk genre, significantly influencing pop culture and science fiction as a whole. An interesting fact about the manga is that the name Ghost in the Shell was a reference to the philosophy of the French philosopher René Descartes, who discussed the duality between mind and body. Furthermore, it has inspired various adaptations, including animated films, TV series, and live-action movies. We could make an entire video just talking about this incredible manga. Undoubtedly, it is a masterpiece that should be on your reading list. Akira by Katsuhiro Otomo. What can we say about this epic and pioneering manga in the cyberpunk genre? Published in 1982 in the Japanese magazine Young Magazine, and later compiled into 6 tankobon volumes between 1984 and 1991. Akira was written and illustrated by Katsuhiro Otomo, the award-winning mangaka who was honored with the Medal of Honor from the Japanese government, among many other awards and recognitions. Akira is a story set in a futuristic version of a post-apocalyptic Tokyo in 2019, after the Third World War destroyed the city in a nuclear explosion. The plot follows the life of Kaneda, the leader of a motorcycle gang called the Capsules, and his friend Tetsuo, who, after an accident during a gang battle, is captured by the government and subjected to drug experiments that unleash his psychic abilities, leading him on a journey of power and destruction. As Tetsuo begins to develop uncontrollable telekinetic powers, he becomes a danger to himself and everyone around him, and Kaneda must race against time to stop him before it's too late. Akira is acclaimed for its thrilling action scenes and stunning visuals, blending violence with a dark cityscape and excellently portraying a Neo-Tokyo in the finest cyberpunk style. Furthermore, the manga explores complex themes, including the nature of identity, the relationship between power and corruption, a society addicted and manipulated, and for all these reasons, it is considered the most important and influential cyberpunk manga ever created to this day. Considering all the works presented, we can conclude that the cyberpunk universe offers us a dystopian and futuristic vision of society, where technology and science have advanced, but human and social problems persist and intensify. Each work leads us to question what makes us human and what our place is in a society dominated by technology. The characters are often cyborgs, androids, hackers, police officers, or rebels, fighting against oppressive systems or seeking to find meaning in an increasingly fragmented world. With that, we hope that this list has piqued your curiosity and inspired you to venture into these masterpieces of the cyberpunk genre. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know which one is your favorite and which one you intend to read soon. Don't forget to like and share with your friends. And if you want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel and enable notifications so you don't miss any new videos. Until next time.